The Rod Blagojevich scandal by Dominic Centracchia. The scandal involving Rod Blagojevich involved the government of Illinois and the government of the United States. At the time of the scandal, Rod Blagojevich was the governor of Illinois. This was in 2008. The scandal involved him and his chief of staff, John Harris, and many others, not that I won't name because there's a long list. Um, this is a prime example of how someone with a lot of power used their power unethically to try to enhance their own gain, and um, this is part of the reason he got in so much trouble is because of all the ethical laws he broke. Some of the background information on this is in 2008, there was a Senate seat open because Illinois Senator Barack Obama had been elected for president. With this new spot for senator, the governor, Rod Blagojevich, had to offer or appoint a new person into this spot in Senate. This is what the most notable part of the scandal involves. Rod Blagojevich trying to sell out the senatorial spot that Obama previously held. He ended up appointing Roland Burris, who was later discussed to be whether or not he was corrupt or he was clean, if he was involved or if he was not involved. And yeah, so Blagojevich gets arrested in December 2008. Him and John Harris, his chief of staff at the time, are charged for conspiracy to commit wire fraud and mail fraud, and one charge of bribery. The reasons for their arrest include sweeping pay-to-play, pay-to-play, which is defined as the exchange of money for certain things, like something we'll talk about further in the investigation, pay-to-play. Influencing peddling allegations. Peddling allegations are the use of position or political influence on someone's behalf in exchange for money or favors. Another thing is soliciting bribes, which is the most notable thing, which we'll talk about on the next slide. The conspiracy to sell the Senate seat. Rod Blagojevich here is pictured with Roland Burris, who he chose for the senator's seat among a lot of controversy. Blagojevich was accused of soliciting bribes for the Senate seat Obama had previously held. Once he was elected for presidential office, the seat was vacated. After that, Rod Blagojevich proceeded to attempt to fill the seat by bribing someone. Among things he asked for included a future cabinet position or possibly a ambassador role to Serbia. He wanted a substantial pay raise and tax benefits for him and his wife. And he also was soliciting possible senators for campaign funds to get the seat, which is pay to play. He has to pay to get the seat, pay to play. This is all contributes to one main idea that this is a super unethical way to approach his position. Rod Blagojevich has the power of the governor, which is a lot of power in the state of Illinois. And with that power, he did not use it to help others and try to better the society. He instead used the power to exploit the system for his own personal gain. This is very unethical. This happens a lot when a corrupt individual makes their way into office. They do not care about the position they hold that is made to better the society. They rather gain to better themselves by using their power in office. The only way to stop them is to strip them of their power. And in this case, Blagojevich was stripped of his power when he was impeached. He was removed from office as the governor of Illinois after this whole conspiracy when he was arrested. There's ways that we can try to prevent this major ethical issue of corruption. Corruption can happen any level and in any country, like anywhere, even student like government and stuff like that, it's important that we elect trustworthy officials that we will think will properly use their power and will be responsible and represent us well. It's important to get involved with the government so that we stay informed on what our officials are doing and how they're using their power. It is very important to understand the responsibilities that accompany power. If anyone were to come into power of such a position, it is important to understand that uh, when you have a lot of power, there's lot of responsibility to act ethically, and when you act unethically, like Brad Blagojevich, you end up in jail. So that would be that.